in the interaction class, so in the last class what we have discussed, we discussed about the decision shapes. So by using decision shapes, we have configured few different directions, and um, we created child cases as well. In by these child cases, like we provide and we updated with new case types. And in this new case type, we saw how to create the child cases and how to map the main case to child case, right? So let's run the case and let's see how this is going to map. And as well as we discussed about the data propagation as well. So once you open your case type, right? So let's open this interaction case type. Once you can see here like how we mapped this one child cases, whatever the child cases we created, those child cases data from parent to child we try to map by using data propagation, by using this including this data transform. So if we open this one, whenever the case is mapping from the parent to child, we are copying few of the parent related fields and copying it into the child cases. So there we can rather than again maintaining the data, so directly we can copy from the parent to child. So this is the way data propagation we discussed. And as well as in the case type level, we discussed about this decision shape. So what is the purpose of this decision shapes? So decision shape, we can allow us to create some kind of fields, like let's say based on the conditions. Here in the claimant information there are two conditions, like user has to choose the claim type, whether it is body injury or vehicle damage, right? So based on the selection of that, I just want to move my case to different directions. So there are two cases I want to create in the child case level. One is body injury, another one is vehicle damage. So based on the selection, here I'm providing one of the when condition in the decision shape. That when condition is going to check, this when condition is about the body injury when condition. So here in this condition I'm checking like whether the claim type is body injury or not. If it is body injury, I'm mapping the case to the body injury child case. If it is not, I'm sending it to vehicle damage. We can do multiple conditions here. So this is the way we have configured everything. Now let's see the case first. So this is the parent case I'm creating, that is the interaction class. In this interaction class, I'm directly moving my stage to claim stage. So let's directly jump to the claim stage. So in this stage, so whenever user is login, right, so user can provide of his information where he wants to do the claiming part. Let's say I'm giving my first name and last name, and as well as I'm providing the date of birth and age. Let's fill all these details now. And policy number. So here, based on the selection of the claim type, what kind of claim do you want to claim, right? So let's say if I select the body injury, or I can select with vehicle damage. Here we are configuring only two things. So based on the selection of an user is going to click on submit, right? So as per our requirement, when user is trying to click on for some kind of claim, we have to jump the case to one of the child case types. So that is the reason we created the child cases. So rather than, so from this parent case, the case will move to parent to child cases. To design the child case, we use this one smart shape called create cases, right? So in the create cases, whatever the child cases you have defined, we have seen last time like how to include those things, how to configure everything we saw, right? So you can refer the yesterday's, I mean last class video to understand more. Now let's jump to the next conditions. Like once after the case is moving to the child case, right? So I want to copy this all the information, because this piece of information I'm expecting over there as well, because once the case is moved to the body injury claim, right? So body injury claim, what kind of fields over there? So those kind of fields like what kind of body injury you have, and what kind of accident you happen, and hospital bills, any receipts, any kind of external like what kind of things extra happened. So every information you have to mention over there. So once you click on this one, directly this case is moving to one of the child cases, and this is one child case created. And if you click on this, you can see the parent case also. So this case is entered to the child case, and once you click on create, so this case will move again, and the data I'm mapping from the, so here also I have few other fields along with the body injury information. I have one more information like claimant information. So again user is going to provide, we can keep it read only also, this one anyway we are going to map the data, right? And this mapping part, how it happened here in the py default case type, I'm mapping in the interaction class. Whenever you add the child case, right, those child cases will is going to added here. So for this child case, I want to map the data from parent to child. We can use this data propagation tab. Once you click on this data propagation tab, so you can include one of the, you can include the property directly, but if you have more properties, you can use data transform to map. So once you click on this one, you can see I'm mapping from my, in the pages and classes, I maintained my py work page, and here I'm maintaining my in the interaction class, and this data transform created under the body injury. So mapping from the work page and whatever the page information I'm maintaining on the UI level, right, mapping from here to child case type. So that is the reason once you move the case to child, right, so the data is we are mapping directly from the parent to child. So that is how we use the data propagation. And here your user can provide other extra details. So here I, just for the testing purpose, I created only one screen. So once body injury, whatever the details, medical reports, hospital details, treatment cost, everything, once he provide and click on submit, right, this child case is going to be closed. Again the child, once the child case is going to have completed, right, so this parent, again as per the case type, once the case is jumped from parent to child, once the child is completed, so until the child resolved, parent case is going to wait it, and parent case is going to be halted at the particular time. Once the child is going to complete, again this case can come back to the parent case. This is how the process we discussed in the last class, right? Now I want to show you how to, as of now we have seen like how to map the data from parent to child. Now I want to show one more rule called update case. So by doing this update case, we can map the case information from child to parent, not from the parent to child. We can directly map the data from child to parent, and not only that is the importance, and we can use multiple different things also by using this update case. So let's start discussing about this update case smart shift. You might not know about this one. We use very rarely, but whenever the importance is that we can use this one. And this is also one of the important smart shape in PEGA. So this update case smart shape in PEGA, which is a utility shape used to modify the properties of a case or or its child cases during the case life cycle. So let me take this one, and you can see this smart shape only at the point of creating in the case type. So let's say if I want to add a new stage, and if you click on this step, and once you click on more, you can find out the smart shape here, that is called update case. You can see update case. Once you click on this, you can see this update the cases or all the child cases or descendants. If you want to update something on the case level, you can do, or else you can do for the child cases, or whatever the dependencies are there, you can do for that. So this smart shape allows you to update the specific attributes such as status. So based on the status or priority or any other property defined on the case type, we can do this one. So what is the usage of it? Let's understand first what is the use of it and how to use it. Then we can go with the testing purpose, like how to develop this one and all. So let me select this one first, but I just want to map. So right now my purpose of using this update case to update the information from the child to parents. So let me go to child case type. So two are there. I just want to open with body injury. So this is my case type. I haven't configured much, so based on the business requirement I can change it more. So let's create one smart shape here. Let me create a step, and let's take create update case. So last time we have seen the smart shape called create case, right? Now let's understand about update case step. Update a case, right? So now let's select this one. Now you can specify whether to update a single case, or you can update a child cases, or you can also use a specific child case. There are three different options you have. So based on your whatever the, so three ways we can do. We can update only single case. So in a single case means you don't need to update the data from child to parent. You can directly update something here by giving the data transform. You need to give some ID. This is the parent ID or child case ID you can provide. I will give the example, then you can understand more. and what are the child cases and descendants, whatever the like all the child cases and they depend descendants. If you want to modify something, if you want to update one some of the case information means you can use that. And any specific child case you have, let's say you are in parent, so you are in parent stage, you want to use this one. If you want to specifically child case, if you want to update by passing the code by using data transform, you can do that as well. So let me show you. So this update case will try to implement in real time, like how in real time this update case mod shape, what kind of scenarios you have to go through this child case steps means. So in usually in real time, let me take one example, like what kind of examples we can use it. So imagine you are managing one customer service application, okay, so where each case represents a customer complaint. So in your customer service application, every day you will get most of the customers complaints. So there how it will be, like whenever you get the customer complaint, right, so once the complaint is resolved, let's say you resolve the complaint, you need to update the status of the case and notify the customer. This is how the process. Some complaints if you raise from any kind of customer service, you have to resolve, right, so the once you resolve, you have to notify to the customer. So in those cases we can implement this update case. So at the time of the resolution, right, at the time of the resolution of your stage, you can use this update case, means you are trying to update some of the information at the resolution state, and you can keep the status whenever this is going to be resolved. So you have to set a data transform to make to trigger the notification. So to trigger some notification, email notification, by using this update case information will be used. Okay, so in that smart in that way we can use this update case at the time of updating something, at the time of based on the status, if you want to run something data transform, and if you want to do some kind of functionalities means you can do this kind of update shape, smart shape. And this will help the process of updating the case information and also ensuring the consistency and save time also by doing this. In the other ways also we can do by this smart shape, we can do it more quicker and we can save the time. That is the only the reason. So this update case, and we are going to be get the beneficial because of the using this. So it's your choice whether to use it or not. But if you are going through these kind of requirements, right, Devendra, so you can use this update case information, and this smart ship is very helpful. And rather than going with only in a single go, like we can have multiple smart ships in Pega if you know the functionality, right, so you can easily make it more quicker to do the coding part. Okay, so let's try to, it's very simple example, right, so you can do whatever the case, you can take one screen, so you can take one case step, and you can maintain once the case is going to be resolved status, right, send an email notification. And the email notification part, did we discuss? No, right? Okay, so I will show in the next class how to trigger the email notification, then later that part you can do this piece of code. So let's go with the different one, because already we are in case types, right, like already we discussed about the child cases, how to map and all we saw, right. So let me take some other example, we'll do the practical part. So let's say I'm already moving the case to parent to child, and once the child is going to get resolved, right, let's say this screen, this child case is going to get resolved, I want to move back to the parent case. Right now I'm into the child case level. Let's say my case is here B16003. Once I provide everything and once I click on submit, after doing so many screens, let's right now I have only one screen, but after you make proper configurations, and once this is done, all the approvals are done from the medical history for sorry, from the body injury, so many some of the insurance, like some kind of approvals are needed. So if you complete everything, once you finish this case again moving back to the parent case. That is what the requirement. So whatever the changes you are doing over here, let's say whatever the changes you are making here, I want to store it in the parent class level also. Once the child case is open, right, if you open clipboard, what will happen in the clipboard, the data will get stored. So where it will get stored? Under the PY work page. When you are opening child case and checking, right, your entire information, child case information will come and store under the PY work page. And where our parent case information will get stored? It will be stored under the PY work cover. Okay, PY work page is the child case information, PY work cover is the parent case information. So you can see the PZNS key of this class. right? This is showing the B16003. If you want to know the child case, sorry, if you want to know the parent case, you can select PX. You can select something like PXINS key. So PX cover INS key. Sorry. Yes, here you can see the PX cover INS key. And when you open the PY work cover, so here you can observe all the parent informations, whatever you have submitted as of now. Every information is going to stored under the PY work cover. This is the clipboard structure. By using this clipboard structure only, we can get the child information and we can map this information into parent. Okay. So to do this one, I just want to go again back to my case type level. So let me go to the case type level and let's open the child case types. Let's open the child case type flow. Right now update case is presented, but I don't want to take right now. So let's delete this first. Okay. Now let me open the smart shape and open the process. So currently only one screen is present. Okay. So now what is our requirement? Let me check out this one. So after submitting this, after submitting the case, so I just want to update the information from child to parent. Okay, so to do this we need to include the update smart shape. So okay, let's go back and again update the smart shape first, then again we'll come back to this portion. Let's open this one, child case type, and use the smart shape, more update a case. Now no, I don't want to provide any kind of piece of information. So let's, it will show error because its things are mandatory and it is showing error here. Two errors are present right now. So let's open this one first and open the process. So if you double click on this, it is expecting one data transform and one ID, and there are three options which one to use it. So what we do, let's consider the data transform and let's provide some of the keys. So let me take this one and I want to create for a single case because already we are in child case, right? From this case I want to move the information from here to all the to my parent case. So I don't have any all other child cases, I don't have any specific child cases because already I'm into a child case. So here provide one of the ID, so it's better to need to check out to update something. So let's click on this one and I want to copy px covered ins key. So what is called px cover ins key? Px cover ins key is going to provide your parent case ID. So let's say you are already into the py work page, right? So let's open the py work page, and once you search for py cover ins key, so this key py cover ins key is going to maintain your parent case ID. So you want to do something on this case ID, and if you want to map some data from here to there directly, you can use this property. So let me copy this one property. So let's copy and paste it here. You don't need to insert, sorry, you need to insert the dot because this is a property structure, right? So then after this you just map like what data transform. I want to copy all my child cases information into parent, or I want to store the information into parent level. That is the reason the parent id I have given, and I will use the data transform like map data from map data to parent, better to maintain in this way. And click on this crosshair icon. Once you click on this, this will be navigated to data transform, and choose your branch. And from here you can choose your class, parent class. So let's say I'm clicking this one in the parent class like interaction class, let's say, and create and open. Now it open, right? So let's just a second. It's, we are calling the data transform. If you open this, so directly it is taking from the work class and it is picking from work. If I remove this one, and which class it is going to pick, okay, it is picking from the work class level itself. So let's map the data from parent to child now. So let me take the claimant information here. let's take something like PEGA work page, and I want to provide my child case. Work body injury, and I want to take parent case information also, PY work cover. So this work cover is belongs to the interaction class, right? So let's mention this interaction class. Now I just want to define, I want to copy the data from parent to child. So what data you want to copy? Let's say already in the body injury case, I have few details, right? So these few details I want to copy to parent. So let me, you can take any kind of fields. If you want to save this information into parent when the case is going back to the main case, right? So you can copy the any kind of information. Let me take few of the details. Let's say PY work page, from here to, from parent to, I want to take claimant page information. Oh, sorry, we are planning to capture from the parent, right? So PY work cover we need to take, because already we are creating in the work cover, right? So let's copy this work cover.
So child to parent we are copying, right?
Child to parent we are copying, yes.
Yeah, then you need to give the first child here.
Yeah, sorry. Now let's take the injury part, and from here whatever the properties what you want to copy, right? So let me take something like first name, last name, all the properties like in this way, and map it to your parent case. Let's say PY work cover, and here are my properties claimant and the dot first name. So like this one you copy everything, and you can include all of the properties here, whatever the properties you want to copy, right? So let me take the common thing from here to here, and I will use for every rule. So from here last name, and from this one age, date of birth, and what rest, phone number, email ID, claim ID, policy number, right? In the same way we can copy these properties. So already these properties are already present. If it is present only, you can map. So let's note last name, it's already there. Now let me take the age property. The property may different, but here I created the similar thing. Yeah. Now once you click on save, and you can go back to this wherever you are getting call, right? So you can go back to the data transform and use that map, use that data transform whatever you have created. So this one I created, you can see it is directly picking from the, this data transform is running from work class. Okay, let's go back to this one. Once save this, directly will update directly in the case type level. Let's go back to the body injury case type. Let's move the stage back. Let me click on update case and click on all the child cases, and let's try to call the data transform. So this data transform is picking from the work class, but we created under the parent class, right? So here we created the map data to parent in the interaction class, but in the case type level this update case is picking from the work class. So you can, right? So if it is in the work class, so you cannot, it cannot pick the classes from the child cases. So this data transform it is expecting from the work class itself because of the body injury. So let's not create this data transform into interaction class, because it is going to take the class of only till work. So let's save as this one into till the work class level itself. If you want to pick it in the update case, right? So you need to click on under the work class itself. Let's create and open, and let me delete this one from the interaction class. So let's save this. Now we can easily call the rule from, let me take this px cover ins key. You can see the map data to parent. Now once we go back to the child case, right, so whatever you are seeing right now, so once the child case is getting over, right, so we can resolve this case first. So once you map the data from here to here and just click on save, and you can mention the audit note as well, what it is exactly happening. You are mapping the data, you can mention few of the rules, you can take the field rules or something, you can maintain like the data is going to map to parent case like that. Then after this one, I just want to include the resolve case. The next stage is that this case is I want to resolve. So let's keep the stage as resolve, and I want to make it resolve the case at the end of the stage. So just select the stage as resolve. Now the thing is, as per the flow, once the child case is completed, the main parent case has to be resumed. That is what our requirement, right? So to achieve this one, you can include the weight shape as well. So right now I'm not going to discuss about the weight shape. I will take separate session tomorrow. So weight shape will discuss completely, but just I want to include the weight shape into this one, because see here what we have done. Once the case is coming back to the child case, right now we are into child case. So user will provide all the body injury information will provide. After that, that case, that whatever the information is giving, I'm updating to parent case. Then after that, this child case is going to resolve. Once the child case is going to resolve, again this process has to come back to the parent case, right? Why it has to come back? Because here we are including the claim type. Let's say this stage not here, this stage is here in the second step. Let's consider in this way. First time this interaction started, in the first stage we discussed something randomly, we took some HR portal or something information. Then it went to, this is not the actual process, but for testing purpose we created in this way. It will move to the second stage. In the second stage, what happened, based on the selection of the claim time, the case is moving to the child case type. Okay, it went to child case type. After the child case type has completed, that process, entire process got completed. Now again that case has to come back to the parent case, and it has to proceed for the third and fourth stage, right? Because we have more stages to process, right? Where we have to more stages to proceed. So how to bring the case back to the parent case, that is what we are going to see now. Already one child case is going to complete, and after the child case completion, I want to move the case back to the parent case. And for it, what time, like how much time does it need to come back to the parent case, we can mention the time and everything in this specific process. So here we, once the case is completed, right, so you can see here, once I'm just making checkout. So here is the our interaction parent class. So based on the selection, based on the decision points, the case is moving, right, whether it is moving to body injury or it moving to vehicle damage. So what I want to do, okay, the case is moving to body injury. So that is the reason the case went to body injury session. So after this one, body injury flow, after user is submitting, it is updating the case. After that, this is going to be resolved, right? That is what the configuration. Once this is done means, if you come to the claim case, once this case is completed, it is coming back to the resolve stage. It is coming back to the case completion. The flow is going to get completed in the interaction case type. Entire flow is going to get completed, but I don't want to do in this way. This claim process is going to be resolved means, what does it mean? This process is going to be closed completely, but I don't want to do those things. I want to come back to the parent case again. I want to make this case to come back to the parent case. So what we can do, rather than using this, I will just stop it here. I can use one of the feature called weight shape. You can go to automations. Once you go to automations, there's a lot of options you have. So from this you can take the advanced shapes. Okay, not in advanced shape, in the normal shapes only you have one thing is called weight shape. At the time, like at the end of the one, you can see this one, weight shape. What I will take a separate session, and I will take separate theory for this, because it's very important to maintain in your real time. So right now I don't want to discuss about this. In tomorrow's class we'll discuss. So what it will do, what this weight shape will do means, once after finishing of your child case, means this is your child case, right? From here only you are jumping into child case step and you are doing work, right? So over there, so all the process is happening. Once you are finishing on this, means once you come out of the child case, this case, if you want to keep it on
This
hold
is
for a
parent. This is parent kit.
from parent case itself, the case is moving to child case by using this create smart shape, right?
Huh.
Now the case is jumped to child case. Once your child case is once the child case is getting resolved, again it will it has to come back, right? It has to come back to the parent case, right?
Yeah, so then we need to give it under child case, right? So you are giving. Okay, anyway, you are
Once
giving under this preparation
yes,
only, no?
once the finishing of the child case, right? After that there is no change. The child case is going to be closed here. You can see once child case is update case is done, right? It is going to be resolved. Means child is going to complete it. Once the child is going to complete, again it has to come back to the parent itself. But while
Okay.
coming back to the parent, how much time does it need to take? In some processes, let's say you have used one bus booking application. So you book some bus and that your journey has completed. After your journey itself only, after 1 hour or 1 day, you will get some notification, feedback, comment, something like that, right? Once after your journey, you are something like when you book the tickets, your journey has started and your case has resolved. Your case will get resolved once your journey has completed. After that, from there, after some time, it will take some time like 1 hour, 2 hours, or 1 day. Then you will receive a notification. Means what it is happening. Until that time, your case is holding. Your case halted for some time, right? Those kind of time, if you want to hold your case, right, you need to give this weight shift. So here my case is, my child case is completed. From child case directly it will come back to the parent case, because it has started from the parent case. Based on the decision shape, it went to child case. Again child case is resolved, means we design like this connector is going to connect with the end shape, means this is going to come back to the parent case again. While coming back to the parent case and do the other processes, do the other processes means what? Previously it was at the last stage, right? Previously it was like this. That is the reason result, that error, that mapping is changed, right? So let's say right now it is at the end of the stage, there is no more stages. That's why it is showing like this. That's why it is showing like end of the stage. Let me go back to my parent. So it is in at the end of the stage, right? That's why it is going and connecting with the resolution. Okay. So let's say if you are changing this direction in the case type, if you are changing any kind of directions, right? So if you keep it in the second stage or third stage, the other stages related information also will come. Or else if you are doing in the single stage, right? So that stage, if you want to complete this end of the stage, this resolution, this smart shape will be there, right? So resolution stays smart shape. So it will come back to here. While coming back from child to parent, I want to hold my child case for some period of time. To do that, you need this weight shape, because I can have some other requirements also. After finishing the body injury, after successfully all the approvals are done, let's say in the body injury child case, some approvals are needed. So it has everything is completed. Again, that case is planning to come back to the parent case to do some other processes. In that case, I want to stop. I want to stop my case for 1 day. After finishing, after 1 day only, I want to process to the next stages. So you can see like after this weight shape also, you may have some other features. In the parent case, after finishing of the body injury, I want to do some other steps. I want to include some other case type, or I want to include some other assignments. I want to capture few more like few more requirements, like few more information I want to capture. It can be, right? So after the child case completion, if you want to trigger, if you want to copy any kind of information, if you want to hold your data, you have to use this smart shape of weight shape. Once you double click on this, right, how much time you can wait for the business event a specific duration of time before allowing the case to advance. After completion of one of the stage, if you want to hold your case for some period of time only, we are going to use the wait shape. Why I am keeping here, as per my requirement, once the child case is getting resolved, right, I want to trigger email notification, but that email notification I want to trigger after 1 day of the completion of the body injury. So in that case, you have to wait the shape, right? You have to wait the case, right, for some period of time, right? To do that one, we have to use this one as wait shape. You are going to wait the case for period of time. So double click on this. So this discussion will do theoretically completely tomorrow, like what is this, what time, or what are the other things. Due to time constraints, I'm just proceeding now. Let's see, let's finish the update case information. Then again, we'll come back to this part tomorrow. Now let's say I want to wait my time, like I want to wait for 1 day or else 1 hour or 1 minute or 1 second, something like this. Okay, and also user also can process. If you don't want to wait, you can use this checkbox. Let me take something like after 1 minute I want to proceed the case. Now let's click on this submit. After 1 hour of the time, right, I want to close the case. If you double click on this, py continue after wait, automatically one flow action is getting called. After 1 minute of the time, automatically this case is going to process. Now let's save this part. Means after the body injury, case is going to wait for 1 minute. After that, this is going to be resolved. And here is the part, like we can mention the status as well, but it's not needed right now. Let me check in this case. Let's go back to the interaction class again. Let's save this one, and this record is 10. Just refresh it. Now here weight shape has been included, right? So after this one, what will happen? It will move to the next stage. So Devendra, are you understanding like what exactly here resolution stage means? Once after finishing of this two, right, it has to go, this stage is going to be closed, right? And this stage is going to be closed means again it will move to the next stage. Even if you are dragging this one into here, this stage is going to be closed only. This is the different process again. This is the different process again, and this is the different process. So from this, from starting to ending, this is the different process. If you include wherever you include also, from after finishing of your child case, this will complete, and this stage is going to be closed. Again the case is going to map to the next stages. Now let's see from starting, like how the case is going to map, how the processing is going to happen, and we'll trace it as well. Then you can understand a clear idea. And there is one error. So what is that? The view connector must be calculation unable to open the process. So this is not about our requirement currently in the claiming information. This is somewhere the calculation part is running. So let's run the case first. So update case is the one like where you are updating your child information to parent, that we can see in the clipboard, because I'm not, after the child case, I'm not capturing any details. But usually what you can do, after submission of that one, you are updating the case, right, to parent case. So you can pick the values from the clipboard, again utilize in the next. You can provide one more section and you can show there in the read only mode, like review or whatever the child updated. So child case user updated, so those information you can show over there. So let's try to create it, and I want to move directly to my child case called claim. Let's move to the claim. Again here I'm providing the details, like I'm selecting this one, body injury. Let's create and submit. Before submitting, I just want to open the tracer. So in this tracer, we'll see, just open the settings and select the case types. Just select the case types, and as well as the queue processor is already in, but it's not needed. Let me take something like flow and interaction. This is enough. Now just maximum event to display, I'm keeping more only because it will stop till that time only. So until the once the tracer events are reached, it will stop. I don't need to include any kind of pages. And as well as these activities, data transforms, exceptions, this is needed only, it will be selected automatically. Just click on OK and clear and pause it once, then play. And once I'm clicking on submit, this information is going to process, right? So interaction, this is the class, it is moving to child case. Based on your selection, based on your decision, it is going to move either body injury or else vehicle damage. Now let's understand whether it is how it is moving. We can open the tracer as well. Now let me take my child case FW, and next one is loans, work, from here to body injury. You can see it is executing SRSFW, loans, work, body injury. P by default case step is going to execute. Let's go back to here. Now you can see what is happening. So it is showing like it is going to wait because the wait shape is again running and this create case is also showing. So let's open this child case. Let's open, click on go button. Now after clicking on the go button, let's actually here one issue is happening. The issue is like this weight shape has to come after finishing of the child case, right? But it is coming over here only because directly you are starting. If you go back to your case type level, right, there is one small mistake happened. If you open your process, let's open the claim process. Let me stop this one. Let's open the claim process once. In this claim process I mentioned time, right? So what is happening, there is no dependency. Even if you are going to child case and after that only you are coming to the weight shape, right? So here what is happening, so once you are moving the case to body injury, this is directly moving and as well as weight shape also executing. The timing is also going to start directly from 1 minute of the case. From the case, when the case is moving to here, right, automatically it is going to here, from there to here it is moving. But our dependency is not going to be like that, right? Our dependency is like once the child case is resolved, then only I want to hold my case. But here how it came, once your submission of the parent case, directly it is holding the value. And also it is showing, it is started counting 1 minute from the case submission only. But I don't want to do in that way. I want to hold my case for some period of time at the after completion of the body injury. Just load this one. Once the all child cases are getting resolved only, I want to move and I want to wait for some time. Entire case I want to wait for some time. So at the time of wait shape, right, double click on this. Here you are giving timer, that's the reason it is going to do like that. But you have a case dependency. Why I'm saying case dependency means, once after wait for all the child cases to be resolved. Whenever you say, so here is the one thing, Devendra, the thing is, after your case child case is getting resolved, you want to wait the case. After that, if you want to wait the case, or you want to wait directly by timer, like whether the child case is getting completed or not, I don't want. I just want to, once the case is submitted to child case, right, by that time itself I want to provide 7 days. Even the claim type is completed or not, I want to move it. In that case you can put the timer. But if you want to keep some kind of dependency, right, the case dependency, like Whenever the child cases are done, that time onwards only, means let's say if you keep it timer, like what will happen, I will say, you want to trigger one feedback comments once you are booking the tickets, right? Let's say you have started booking the journey for tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow by this time you have journey. Okay, so usually your feedback you have to get after your journey, after 5 hours from your journey completed, that time only you have to receive the your feedback request. Email notification should come to you. So if you keep it timer, what will happen at the time of booking? Now you started booking, your booking is completed, tomorrow is your journey, but timer I kept like 5 hours. Even your journey started or not, after the 5 hours from now, that email you will receive about the feedback comment. But that is not the scenario, right? Your scenario, like after finishing of your journey, means after completion of your child case or any kind of case, if you want to trigger, means you have some dependency. Once after finishing of everything only you want to trigger, from there onwards 5 hours. So in that case you can go with dependency. When you start, like I don't know, I want to trigger an email notification after 2 days, whether your journey is tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I don't care. In that case you can go with timer. But mostly timer will belong to some other use case also. Tomorrow I will explain the weight shape, right? There I will explain you like how to take this one. And you, as of now, as per our requirement, you have to take the case dependency. And that case can be anything. You can choose specifically one case, or else you can keep it for all the child cases to be resolved. Once all the child cases are resolved, then only you may think like, okay, all the child cases means here we have two, right? Body injury, vehicle damage. But that is not the point. We can choose this one only whenever, whatever the child case after you are keeping this one, right? At that time only this is going to be considered. So here at this point of time only one child case is present. If you keep it next to the vehicle damage, means it will show like after which one you have to take. So right now I'm keeping this dependency. Let's go back to the case step again, interaction class. Let's save this one, and when the record is still, because we already opened and updated, right? Now let's run this one and we'll see. Now I'm selecting this body injury. So as of now, we just tried, right? You can trace it while submitting how the case is moving from parent to child. So now the case is coming to the body injury. So this time the weight shape didn't come, because I already mentioned that case dependency. Once after my finishing of the body injury itself only, this is going to start. And you can see the parent case information also here. Now let's create the case. In this child case, right now I'm not maintaining any kind of data, and how this data has came. So you know, right? So okay, you can open this section. Let's keep this one as read only. Okay, this is the layout, right? So let me take this. Okay, you can keep it read only. I don't want to do this one right now. And I want to mention some information, or else if you want to update the data, some data but something wrong date, or else something, if you want to update your age and something, any other features, if you update here, right? Again I want to update back to my parent case. That is the purpose. Understanding? Let's say while providing the details, you have given some information. Once it came to body injury, right? If you want to update something, those updates also I want to include it. I want to update over in the PV work page level. So right now age is 32, right? So I changed to 30, and I changed my phone number also. Let's say after coming to this approvals, right? After coming to this child case, right? I want to update my things like this. My phone number also updated. Now the description is accident, let's say something like this, some medical reports and hospital name, and treatment cost around 1 lakh it happened. Now once you click on submit, and let's try to trace this one again. Once you click on submit, what it has to happen, first of all, this updated information has to be updated in the parent case because of the update case we used. smart shape, and as well as this case has to be waited for like waited have for some other time to move directly onto the dependency level. Now let's go back to first we'll check the history, view history. You can see this assignment is completed by performing by body injury information. Okay, now let's open the tracer. Just pause this one. Let's open body injury flow is getting run. Now let's see, we'll check in the clipboard level. So let's go back to PY work page. This is the updated information under the injury rate. This is what we updated age and phone number, whatever we have given just now, and we updated the date of birth as well. Let's move to the parent case. This is the PY work cover. Let's open the work cover part and open the claimant information. You can see this claimant information also updated. Previously it was 32 and it was like a different phone number. Now this is updated. So what is the importance of the update case means? So whatever the child case, let's say from parent to child the information has come, right? So if something happened in the child case, we have to update in the parent case as well, because previously some information was there, some piece of information was there. In the child case someone is updating means the data is going to be overlap, right? So that overriding concept is coming here, like values are getting override. You have to implement the same values in the parent case also. So in that case only updated the directly using data transform and included in the update smart shape. So that smart shape will update the data by running on the after completion of some piece of time, like at the time of resolution or at the time of changing the stages or changing the steps, you can call that. And also, so once after finishing this one again, if you move the case to parent case, you can see await dependencies fulfillment for this due from 6 days from now, it is showing like this. But if you go to history, so you can see assigned to the some of the operator.com and to wait dependencies there. So until the child cases are completed, so this case is wait until the all the child cases are done. Once you click on wait shape, right, you can see this process is waiting for all the child cases to be resolved. Would you like to stop waiting or continue the process? So how this is showing and why this due from 6 now it is showing from now, and how to what are the other features are present right now in the weight shape, we'll discuss tomorrow. We'll discuss like why this weight shape is working, how the weight shape will work, and how the 7 days it is picking, and how child cases are already cases resolved, why it is showing in that way, and how it will proceed. This information we'll discuss tomorrow. So till and see, right, you can see this advanced weight shape where this case is still waiting to perform. That is the reason this is assigned to some of the work basket. The case is still mapped to one work basket, and one you can see there's dependency and all these options, and how the processing will work, the process will work for the weight shape, we'll see in the next class. Okay,
Okay.
so let's continue this class from here to next. And no wait means directly that case will be stopped. So we'll see this information tomorrow. Let's you can understand more. Any questions there?
Oh, no questions, Rakesh. This weight shape I need to refer again. So I'll get back to you.
You just complete the update shape. So tomorrow we'll see the weight shift till this class, whatever you have learned, right? So you just try to implement the same one. But before that, yesterday's class also you need to finish it first.
Okay. Okay.